Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, my name's Andrew. This is my daughter Hannah, and we're from Oxfordshire.
Couple number two.
Hi, my name is Max. This is my girlfriend Lois, and we're both living in North London.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Mike. This is my grandson Jack, and we're both from Cornwall.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Mary. This is Emmy, and we're from Glasgow.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much, all of you. A warm welcome to the show. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Still too embarrassed to let someone know he needs a power lead for their laptop. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well.
Good afternoon.
I should point out that Emmy and Mary are sisters. Mary didn't bother to say that. I think she just said this is Emmy. And it's a shame because Emmy needs bigging up because on the last show, she's got a pointless answer.
Yeah.
Very impressive stuff, wasn't it? So lovely to have you back. In fact, the only returning pair. 3 new pairs. This is nice, isn't it? Grandson, grandfather as well.
That's
it's
nice
very nice
from
on podium 3.
Cornwall.
Be very classy of everyone else to let them win, I would say. But, well, ordinarily, it would be classy. However, with the jackpot we've got going on at the moment, I think it's every team for themselves.
We've got a jackpot going on because Mark and Lauren didn't win it last time. We're adding another £1,000 to it. I mean, that's just like adding fuel to an inferno, frankly.
Isn't it just?
Because, as you will see, the jackpot is standing at £10,000. There it is. OK. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Remember, it's the highest scoring pair at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so you just have to make sure you are not that pair by scoring as low as you possibly can. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is words. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many words ending AFT as they could. Richard.
Yes, looking for any word with its own entry in the premium Oxford dictionaries, please, that ends AFT. As always, no proper nouns, no hyphenated words, just any word in the English language ending AFT. As always, I will try and predict your answer as well.
Good.
Yeah. OK. Tricky, this one.
Good. Yes. Now, Andrew, welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Andrew.
I'm a head teacher from Oxfordshire for a school for children with specific learning difficulties.
Very good. And what are your interests, Andrew?
Well, sport plays a huge part, so I used to play rugby, and now I try to get out and climb and walk in mountains as much as I can.
Do you coach rugby?
Not at the moment. I used to coach the first 15 when I
can hear that voice. I can hear those lovely Welsh vowels on a cold afternoon. Oh, short, sharp blast of a whistle. A couple of swear words in there.
Not at all.
No,
as a head teacher.
Not as a, no, sorry, no. Andrew, what are you going to go for? We're looking for any word that ends AFT.
I'm going to play it safe to begin with. And I'm going to go for craft.
Did you not hear the warning sounds there? OK, craft, says Andrew. Let's see how many of our 100 people said craft. 73. 73 for craft.
I mean, that is playing it insanely safe, I would say. I'm sure you say to all of your pupils going to an exam, the first thing to do, don't panic. That's the only thing you have to remember. Now look what's happened. Craft. Do you need me to define craft?
No.
OK.
No. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Max, tell us all about yourself.
Well, I'm living in London. I'm originally from the country, so really much enjoying the things that the city has to offer.
Where in the country are you from?
From Cambridgeshire.
And every morning's
Exactly.
That's exciting. Yeah. Do you listen to a capital-based radio station as you go off to work?
I don't, but...
hear the news from the thumping heart of the capital.
I like good podcasts. I'm into my electronic music as well, so as early as the morning.
Good.
Techno pumping.
Good. That'll get you into work. OK, now, Max, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to say redraft.
Nice. Redraft. Redraft. Let's see how many of our 100 people said redraft. Oh. Is right. Look at that, it's a pointless answer. A pointless answer for redraft. Very well done indeed, Max.
Wow.
That adds £250 to our jackpot because it needed it. Takes the total up to £10,250. Scores you nothing. Well done.
Very well played, Max. Lovely answer, yeah. Redraft to draft again. It's also a word we use for a raft that is coloured red.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Mike, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Up from Cornwall, tell us all about yourself.
Yes, I'm retired. I'm a retired leadership and manager for the police. I've been retired for about 6 or 7 years now.
Does that mean there are lots of police around Cornwall who see you and wave? They all recognise?
More the other way, I think. But I fill my time with... I'm a season ticket holder for the Raiders basketball team in Plymouth. And I play dead sometimes in murder mystery dinners.
Ooh.
That seems to be the
fun.
only part I get, the dead person.
Oh, really? Someone says, oh, and Mike, there you are, that's your part. You go, oh, this will be fun. Oh, right.
That's right. That's right. I've done
do you get any
6.
words? No words
No,
at
it's
all?
all ad-lib.
It's all ad-lib?
We get the synopsis, we get the role we're playing, and I look to see first if I'm dead. That means I get 20 minutes off.
OK, that's quite nice. Still, get to lie down. Mike, what are you going to go for?
Prop shaft.
Prop shaft, says Mike. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Prop shaft. It's right. 73 is our high score, nothing is our low. And that goes down to nothing as well. Look at that, very well done indeed, Mike. That adds another £250 to the jackpot, takes our total up to £10,500 and scores you nothing.
Very, very well played. What a terrific round this has been. Yes, a propeller, usually inside a motor vehicle. Some good answers out there.
Yeah, there are. There are. Now, Mary.
Hi.
Mary, remind us all about yourself.
I'm a library assistant from Glasgow.
What are your hobbies aside from the library?
I love writing. I write short stories. So that's what I do. So I should be good at this round.
You should be good at this round.
Yeah.
Mary, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for air shaft.
Air
I
shaft.
don't know if that would be...
Air shaft.
Yeah.
OK, let's see if it's a word. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it, if it is. Yeah, bad luck. Oh, that's good news for the craft merchant over here on podium 1.
Playing it
I'm
safe.
afraid air shaft, not a word.
I mean, the relief on Andrew's face, I have to say. 2 words, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 2 zeros. 2 zeros. Then up via 73 to, I'm afraid, 100, where we find our golden couple from the last show. In fact, Mary and Emmy on 100. Good luck, Emmy, with the next pass. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Emmy, remember, we're looking for any word ending AFT. Welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Emmy.
So I manage a charity shop and also do some front of house at a performing arts theatre as well.
So front of house, basically, you're on performance nights, you're out there when people come into the theatre, is that right?
Yeah.
You're in charge of... You're the person who says you've got clearance.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Very important. Very important indeed.
Yeah, quite a nice job to have.
Yeah, how big's the venue?
Well, it's actually a university, so it's like a performing arts university, I should have said.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot of different venues, theatres actually in the university. There's like 5, so...
That's great. Now, Emmy, what are you going to go for?
So I think I'm going to take a risk and go with hovercraft.
Hovercraft, says Emmy. OK, no red line for you as you're the high scorers. How many of our 100 people said hovercraft? Hovercraft is right. Down it goes to 2. Very well done indeed, Emmy.
Well played, Emmy. Yeah, no risk there. Funny thing, in normal life, you just write down hovercraft, you know it's one word. As soon as you're on here, you're going, hold on a minute. Is that 2? Is it a hovercraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, hovercraft, one word.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Jack, welcome to the show. Here with your granddad. Whose idea was it to come on the show?
It was mostly his idea, to be honest.
And were you the first choice, do you think?
Well, I think so.
No, it wasn't. No.
No. Tell us all about yourself, Jack.
So I'm currently on my gap year before I go to uni later this year, so I'm working in my spare time.
What are you doing? What's your gap year job?
I am working at a restaurant.
Very good indeed. Good stuff. Now, Jack, there you are. You're on nothing. You're through to the next round, by the way. Doesn't matter what you score. However, it'd be quite nice to have another pointless answer, I think.
I'm not sure if it's going to be pointless, but I'm going to go with aircraft.
Aircraft, says Jack. Let's see how many of our 100 people said aircraft. Aircraft's right. Down it goes to 4. Not bad at all. Takes your total up to 4.
Yeah, very nicely done. There's some low-scoring stuff out there, isn't there?
Yes, and yes.
Aircraft, like an aeroplane.
Yeah.
Or a helicopter.
Nice.
Or a craft
Yes.
that is in the air.
Yeah.
Aircraft.
Up it goes.
That's what they called it.
Nice. Thank you, Rich. Now then, Lois. Welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Lois.
So I work at doing social media at a big beauty retailer.
Now, that sounds like great fun. Is it fun?
Yeah, so fun. No 2 days are ever the same.
No, I should think not.
Yeah.
What are your interests, Lois?
I love going to galleries, exhibitions, cooking, travelling, all sorts like that.
Excellent. OK, now, Lois, you're on nothing. Again, you are through to the next round. It does not matter what you score. However, it kind of does matter, because Max got the pointless answer. It'd be fun if you got one too.
Yeah, I've got one that I'm a bit unsure if it might be 2 words or I might have made it up altogether.
OK.
But considering we're already through, I'm going to say hobbycraft.
Hobbycraft. Hobbycraft. Well, Max gave you a nice, reassuring nod. Let's see. No red line for the lovely reason you're already through, so it really doesn't matter. Hobbycraft. I'm afraid not. That scores 100 points, takes your total up to 100. But as I say, you're already through.
Yeah, not there. I think it's the name of a shop, isn't it?
I
Yes.
think
But it's,
so, yeah.
I think it is. But it's not in the dictionary yet.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Hannah, welcome to the show. Tell us all about yourself.
So I am currently on my gap year also, and I'm working as a supply administrator currently before I go to university in
So
September.
where are you doing that? Where's the supply administrating going on?
Well, it's for a company that creates garden products.
Well, that's fun. And then are you going to take a bit of time off? You're going to travel at all before university, or have you...
Yeah, so I've got a few holidays planned before going to university,
Yeah.
but plan is to save up as much as I can or possibly win a decent amount of money
Oh,
to help.
win a jackpot.
Yeah,
that would
go
help, wouldn't it?
towards university.
That would help, certainly. OK, now, Hannah, what are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to go with Shaft.
Shaft.
Yes.
OK, Shaft. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with Shaft? Right. 42 for Shaft, I'm afraid, taking your total up to 115.
Yeah, sorry, you gave us 2 of the biggest answers there on podium 1. There's loads of things that end craft and loads of things that end shaft as well, but shaft and craft themselves are big scorers, I'm afraid. Do you have an answer?
Pleasure craft.
Oh, that's a good one. Didn't guess that at all. Pleasure craft, that must be one. Oh, it's not there.
It's not there.
What? Must be 2 words.
Crankshaft.
Crankshaft was a pointless answer.
Oh, good.
Yeah, very well done. I predicted you would say something which you have a great deal of. Stagecraft.
Oh, nice.
That's what I thought you would say.
Ah, thank you.
And stagecraft was a pointless answer as well. So I predicted you'd get a pointless answer.
That's nice.
I'll take you through some low ones. You'd have got 2 points for spacecraft, 2 points for witchcraft, 1 point for drive shaft, and 1 point of woodcraft as well. Any kids out there in the woodcraft folk, that would have scored you 1 point. But loads and loads and loads of pointless answers. Let's take a look at a few of them. Apfelsaft, that's a German drink, but bushcraft is a pointless answer. Filmcraft. Moonshaft, which is essentially like a moonbeam. Needlecraft is a pointless answer. There's loads of hobby ones there, but not actually hobbycraft itself. Handicraft is a low score as well. Regraft is a pointless answer. Ringcraft, stagecraft, statecraft, all sorts of crafts. Fieldcraft as well, which is what spies use a lot. That's a pointless answer. The top scorers, well, third was raft, second was daft, and I'm afraid that the top answer of all the answers was craft on 73.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that brings us to the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, Hannah and Andrew. I'm afraid it is you. That's an impressive score for a words round, I have to say.
Thank you very much.
That's great. Anyway, thank you so much for playing. We'll see you again next time. Hannah and Andrew. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. There we are. Very well done, everybody. Through to round 2 there with our words round. Mike and Max, hats off to you. Lovely pointless answers from you. Mike and Jack, our lowest combined score. So very well done. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is Victorian literature. Could you all decide who wants to go first, who wants to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns Charles Dickens characters and their books. Richard.
Yes, in this round, we're going to show you the titles of 4 Charles Dickens books, and then on each board, we'll show you 7 characters. You simply have to tell us which book those characters were in, please. So there'll be 7 on each board. There'll be 4 books, and they all belong to one of those 4 books. So very best of luck in the studio, very best of luck at home.
OK, so let's reveal the board. Here it comes. The 4 books for this round are A Christmas Carol, David Copperfield, Great Expectations, Oliver Twist. Here are the characters. Bill Sikes, Mr. Sowerberry, Ebenezer Scrooge, Betsy Trotwood, Estella, Tiny Tim, and Clara Peggotty. You just have to match a character to one of those 4 books. And Max, we're coming to you first.
OK. Probably not my strongest suit. There's an obvious one I could probably pair up, and I might have to go for that. It's Scrooge and A Christmas Carol.
Scrooge and A Christmas Carol, says Max. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Christmas Carol for Scrooge. Is right, and it's 84. There we are, 84.
Yeah, that's very much the craft of this round, I think, as an answer.
Yeah.
But it's a tough round, so it might be quite good to take it off the board.
Thank you, Jack.
I think, again, it's not my strongest sort of area, but I think I'm going to go with Bill Sikes with Oliver Twist.
Bill Sikes, Oliver Twist, says Jack. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Bill Sikes, Oliver Twist. Down it goes to 72.
Yeah, well played, Jack. Listen, that first round, there's terrific answers everywhere. This round, very much damage limitation for everybody, isn't it? It's interesting to see. I suspect the answers are going pretty much as they're going at home as well, apart from big Dickens fans.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Mary, do you want to talk us through the rest of those?
Yes. I think Betsy Trotwood's David Copperfield. I think Clara Peggotty's David Copperfield as well. And then Tiny Tim's, obviously, Christmas Carol. I was going to go for Estella, Great Expectations.
Estella, Great Expectations, says Mary. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Down it goes to 32. Very well done indeed, Mary.
Very nicely done. That's what you get when you work in a library, you see. That's good knowledge. Funnily enough, the 2 David Copperfield answers, both of which you were right about, were slightly better scores, not crazily better scores. Clara Peggotty would have scored you 29, and Betsy Trotwood would have scored you 26. Tiny Tim would have been another big scorer. You were right about him as well. Of course, Christmas Carol, he would have scored you 68. The best answer on the board is Mr. Sowerberry.
It's Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist, absolutely. And that would have scored you 12 points. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. We are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 32, well done, Mary. Best score of the past there. Then we travel quite a way up to 72, where we find Jack and Mike. And then up to 84, where we find Max and Lois. So yes, Lois, let's hope there's a nice low-scoring answer you can even things up with a bit on the next board. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, here comes the next board. And just to remind you, our 4 books are A Christmas Carol, David Copperfield, Great Expectations, and Oliver Twist. Here come the characters. Uriah Heep, Rose Maylie, Jacob Marley, Mr. Jaggers, Miss Havisham, Wilkins Micawber, and the Artful Dodger. There we are. Emmy, over to you.
I know a couple, but I think I'm going to take a risk and go Miss Havisham, and that is Great Expectations.
Miss Havisham, Great Expectations, says Emmy. Here is your red line. If you get below that, you are straight through to the head-to-head. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Great Expectations. It is right. There we go, down to 60, taking your total up to 92.
The eccentric recluse in Great Expectations. She was played by Gillian Anderson, wasn't she? In the,
yes, she was.
the last
Quite
BBC
scary.
adaptation. Yeah, she was good.
Thank you very much indeed. Mike, there you are on 72. If you can score 19 or less, you are into the head-to-head.
The first board would have been better from me because there was a lot of parts that I played in Oliver Twist. This one, I'm going to take a bit of a risk with Uriah Heep and David Copperfield.
David Copperfield for Uriah Heep, says Mike. Here is your red line. Let's see if you can get below that with David Copperfield. It's right. Ooh, down it goes to 26, taking your total up to 98.
Yeah, well played, Mike. It's a nice answer. Yeah, he's the sort of the very unctuous villain in David Copperfield.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Lois, you have to score 13 or less here.
Yes.
Do you fancy talking us through the board?
Unfortunately, again, not my best subject. I only think I know the obvious couple with Jacob Marley and the Artful Dodger. And I think I'll go Jacob Marley and A Christmas Carol.
OK, Jacob Marley and A Christmas Carol. Here's your red line. Let's see how far down the column we get with Jacob Marley and A Christmas Carol. 75 for that, taking your total up to 159.
But nice that you went with Jacob Marley and Ebenezer Scrooge between you. So it's a nice, united way to go out of the show. Now, how are you on the rest of these? The Artful Dodger?
It's Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist, that would have scored 80. Wilkins Micawber
is also David Copperfield.
That is David Copperfield, 31 for that. Do you know the other two, Mr. Jaggers?
Mr. Jaggers is Great Expectations.
It is, 24 points. And Rose Maylie?
Who's Rose Maylie? I can't
She's
think who
Mrs. Maylie's niece in Oliver Twist.
Right.
And it's the best answer on the board, 9 points. Very well done if you got that one.
Thank you very much indeed. So, at the end of our second round, we have to say goodbye to another pair, and that pair, I'm afraid, is Lois and Max. Well, we've had a pointless answer from you, so, you know, you've acquitted yourselves very well, but it was a high-scoring round, that one, for you. So we say goodbye now, but we'll see you again next time. Thank you very much, Lois and Max. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Mike and Jack, Emmy and Mary. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £10,500. But before we play the head-to-head, let's just see if we can't boost that jackpot a bit by finding some pointless answers.
Even more?
I know.
You can't take that screen won't be able to take the weight of the money. Listen, let's do it, though.
We'll do it?
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens. Here's how it's going to work. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many breeds of chicken as they could. Breeds of chicken.
I know, we're going from Dickens to chickens. We'll show you 6 names on the board. 2 of them will be chickens we might be familiar with. 2 of them will be pointless chickens, and 2 of them will be incorrect answers that we made up. If you get either of the pointless answers, we'll add £250 to that jackpot. You get both of them, add £500.
What about that? OK, here come 6 potential pointless chickens. We've got Dorset Blue Vinny, Norfolk Grey, Scots Dumpy, Silky, Transylvanian Naked Neck, and Tweedy. OK, Mike and Jack, you'll go first, but feel free to pool your resources. It's in everyone's interest to find these pointless answers. So you can confer as a 4.
Silky rings a bell.
I think the Norfolk Grey sounds familiar.
Norfolk Grey.
I think Tweedy is a name of one of the chickens in Chicken Run, I think.
Oh, is it?
So,
Could that be one then they've just chucked in?
maybe.
We'll go for Silky then.
You're going to go for Silky. OK, let's see. Silky, is it right? Is it pointless? Well, Silky is correct. There was a sort of vague feeling you might have heard of it before. Oh, it stops at 10. Yeah, there we are.
That's the key in this round. If you've heard of it, don't go for it, by and large, if that makes sense.
There we are. OK, Emmy and Mary, over to you. What are you going to go for?
Do you want to go for Norfolk Grey? We'll go for Norfolk. Yeah, I think we should just stick to that.
Yeah, OK. OK, we'll go for Norfolk Grey.
Norfolk Grey. Let's see. The Norfolk Grey, is it pointless? Again, it's right. Just has to go down to 0. Oh, down to 2. Down to 2, I'm afraid. There we are.
It's 2 shows in a row, isn't it, where we've got both right but not pointless. Jack had very cleverly told you what one of the incorrect answers was, so your odds should have been much better than they were, because, as you say, Tweedy was the name of one of the characters in Chicken Run, so that was an incorrect answer. So out of these 3, 2 of them are pointless answers. What do you think?
I'm guessing Transylvanian Naked Neck, because that's a sort of Dracula thing, isn't it? That's got to be a made-up one.
It's not a made-up one. The made-up one is Dorset Blue Vinny, which is a cheese. Yeah, so the other 2, Scots Dumpy and Transylvanian Naked Neck, that sounds like a nice night out. They were your pointless answers. Very well done if you said either of those.
Go.
Or very, very well done if you said both of them.
Thank you very much indeed. Oh, well, bad luck. We weren't able to find any pointless answers, but we've all learnt a little bit about hens that we can now go off and forget. Let's play the head-to-head. As ever, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Very, very best of luck to both pairs. You are now allowed to confer, of course. Here comes our first head-to-head question, and it is all about famous people who sang on Got It Covered. Richard.
Yeah, simply going to show you 5 pictures of famous people now. They are connected. They all sang on the BBC 2019 Children in Need album, Got It Covered. But who are these famous faces?
Thank you very much. Who are these famous faces? 5 of them. A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 famous faces there. Mike and Jack, you're our golden couple, so you get to go first.
We'll go for E, Jim Broadbent.
OK, E, Jim Broadbent, say Mike and Jack. Now then, Emmy and Mary, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
I think we were going to go for E. We also know B, that's David Tennant. C is Helena Bonham Carter.
And I've just remembered the A is Suran Jones.
Okay. So we're going to go with Suran Jones, A.
OK, A, Suran Jones. So we have Jim Broadbent and Suran Jones. Mike and Jack said Jim Broadbent for E. How many of our 100 said that? It's right, Jim Broadbent, absolutely. And that goes down to 17. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Emmy and Mary have gone for A and said Suran Jones. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Suran Jones. It is Suran Jones. Oh, 22. Very close indeed, but very well done, Mike and Jack. You pipped it there, and after 1 question, you're up 1-0.
It's interesting that I know that, Mike, you chose that answer, Mary, you chose your answer, because couldn't they play them in the movie of this episode?
Oh, yes.
Jim Broadbent as Mike and Suran Jones as Mary?
Oh, yes.
You know, given the size of this jackpot, you never know, they might make a Hollywood film of it.
They might.
But that's definitely who's going to be, I mean, don't you think?
Yeah.
You can play yourself.
I'll play myself.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
And Kate Blanchett can play me.
Yes, the
she'll
young
like,
you, yes.
Yeah, she'll
in a
properly,
hat.
yeah.
Nice,
Be
nice.
quite interesting, that, wouldn't it?
Good, yeah.
Shall we fill the rest of these in? You've given us 2 of them, David Tennant, who would have scored you 49, and Helena Bonham Carter, who would have scored you 40. The best answer on the board was in EastEnders, and he starred in Yesterday. You remember the Richard Curtis movie?
Indeed.
Himesh Patel.
That's right.
And it's a pointless answer,
Wow.
amazingly. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, now here comes your second question. Let us not lose sight of the fact that £10,000 is up for grabs here. Emmy and Mary, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question today is all about April Fool's Day pranks. Richard.
Yeah, simply 5 clues now to facts about April Fool's Day pranks that have been pulled over the years.
Thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal the 5 clues, and here they come. A BBC trail featuring Terry Jones showed the Adelie species of this type of bird in flight, 2008. This renowned astronomer announced that at 9:47 a.m, gravity on Earth would be temporarily reduced, 1976. A BBC Panorama report showed this Italian foodstuff growing on trees, 1957. The Guardian published a travel guide to uppercase and lowercase, which made up this fictional island group, 1977. And the BBC Overseas Service announced that this London clock was to be given a digital makeover, 1980. I'll read those clues again. A BBC trail featuring Terry Jones showed the Adelie species of this type of bird in flight. This renowned astronomer announced that at 9:47 a.m, gravity on Earth would be temporarily reduced. A BBC Panorama report showed this Italian foodstuff growing on trees. The Guardian published a travel guide to uppercase and lowercase, which made up this fictional island group. And the BBC Overseas Service announced that this London clock was to be given a digital makeover. There we are. Emmy and Mary, you will go first.
I think the third one then is spaghetti. First.
Try the third one.
OK, we're going to stay safe, actually, and go for the third one. BBC Panorama report, and it's spaghetti.
Spaghetti, say Emmy and Mary. Now then, Mike and Jack, do you want to talk us through that board?
That was the one that we was going to go for. I think I'm old enough to remember it.
The bottom one is definitely Big Ben. And...
We'll go for the bird.
Yeah.
The dodo.
OK, the dodo. So we have spaghetti and we have the dodo. Now, Emmy and Mary, you've gone for spaghetti. Let's see if that is right for the third one down. How many of our 100 said spaghetti? Spaghetti's right. And that goes down to 50. Meanwhile, Mike and Jack have said dodo for the first one. Let's see if that's right. The dodo. No, not the dodo. Which means, well done, Emmy and Mary. After 2 questions, that's 1-1.
Yeah, I suspect plenty of people would have said the dodo. Seems natural for an April Fool's Day prank. It's actually the penguin was the answer there. And it would have scored you 8 points. The one at the bottom, which you knew, Big Ben, would have made it exciting, so it would have scored 51 points.
Oh.
The astronomer, it can only be one.
Patrick Moore, surely.
Patrick Moore would have scored you 18. Now, this one is it was a joke on the names of fonts and typesets and stuff like that, so uppercase and lowercase. And the islands were called the Sans Serif Islands. That's a pointless answer, so very well done if you said that.
There we are. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. OK, now, it all comes down to this third question. £10,500 hanging in the balance here. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Very best of luck to both pairs. Our third question is all about peninsulas, capes and headlands. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 peninsulas or promontories and the countries in which you'll find them. We'll show you alternate letters of their names as well, but can you tell us what they are, please? Really, genuinely, very, very best of luck to both teams here. There's an awful lot of money up for grabs.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 clues. Here they come. Peninsulas, capes and headlands. CPHR, Chile. CPOGOHP, South Africa. BTA, Philippines. NVSOI, Canada. And DNL, Ireland. There we are. Mike and Jack will go first.
OK, we'll go for the Cape of Good Hope.
OK,
South
Cape
Africa.
of Good Hope, say Mike and Jack. Now, Emmy and Mary, do you want to talk us through the rest?
We're struggling with this one. Really struggling. Nova Scotia, Canada.
That's going to be your answer.
That's going to be our answer.
Nova
That's
Scotia.
the only one we know.
We have Cape of Good Hope and we have Nova Scotia. Mike and Jack have gone for Cape of Good Hope. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Cape of Good Hope is right. Down it goes to 37. Meanwhile, Emmy and Mary have gone for Nova Scotia in Canada, the 4th one down there. This will decide who goes through to the final and plays for that massive jackpot. Good luck. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Nova Scotia. That's right. 59 for Nova Scotia, which means very well done indeed, Mike and Jack. After 3 questions, it's 2-1, and you are through to the final.
Very well played, gentlemen. Grandfather and grandson, it's very nice. But let's take a look through the rest of these. The one in Chile.
I don't know.
Oh, you do know it.
Do I?
Cape Horn. Yeah, would have scored 14 points. Yeah. The one at the bottom. Oh, you'll have heard of this as well. Dingle. That would have scored you 6 points. And the best answer on the board, in fact, a pointless answer, Bataan. Very well done if you said that pointless answer in the Philippines there.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, so the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Emmy and Mary, I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye to you. But you've been fantastic. Both shows, 2 head-to-head appearances. I'm afraid you're not taking home a pointless trophy, which I think you deserve. But anyway, it's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much, Emmy and Mary. But for Mike and Jack, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Mike and Jack. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. Now you get a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And let us not forget the jackpot at the end of today's show is standing at £10,500. I mean, that's a mighty jackpot to take home. What is going to help you win it? What do you want to see come up?
Probably anything to do with history or films.
History or films. Mike, what about you?
60s, 70s, 80s, anything about Plymouth Raiders basketball.
OK, well, listen, we shall see in a second. 4 things will come up on the board. Let's hope one of these things appeals to you. We have hot entertainment, brightest astronomical objects, creative barbers, and international sports umpires and referees. What are you thinking?
I'm intrigued to see what hot entertainment would be, but I feel like that could be such a broad...
You're pretty good with your stars.
Brightest astronomical objects, I think, potentially is the one...
The boy speaks. Brightest astronomical objects.
OK, that's what it's going to be.
OK, very best of luck. If it's a speciality area of yours, our 100 tend to not know very much, so that jackpot could be at risk. Looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for any of the 44 brightest comets seen since 1900, please. We are looking for any of the 48 brightest stars in the night sky, or we are looking for any of the 46 brightest natural satellites in the solar system, essentially the 46 brightest moons other than our moon in the solar system. So those 44 brightest comets, 48 brightest stars, or 46 brightest natural satellites. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready? Yeah. I'm going to put 60 seconds up on the clock. Your time starts now.
Beautiful.
The brightest natural satellites, moons. Jupiter's got quite a few.
Do you know the name?
Juno.
Juno.
I can't think of the other one.
What about the comets?
The comets.
Halley's comet.
Yeah. Brightest stars in the night sky. There's potentially the North Star, but I feel like that'd be quite a high.
North Star.
Red Giant.
Is there one?
There is one. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Want to go for those? The moon.
10 seconds left.
So Juno for the satellites.
Yeah.
Brightest star, North Star, and...
OK, that is your minute up. Let's have your 3 answers.
For the comets,
Yep.
we'll go for Halley's comet.
OK, Halley's Comet.
Halley's comet. Which was the Juno one?
Juno was the brightest natural satellites.
OK, Juno.
And the North Star for the brightest star.
And the North Star. OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Juno?
Potentially.
OK, let's put Juno last. Least likely to be pointless?
The North
the
Star.
North Star.
North Star, and then Halley's Comet goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got North Star, Halley's Comet, and Juno. 3 answers up on the board there. If one of those turned out to be pointless, it would win you £10,500. What would you like to do with that?
I'd certainly put it probably towards university. That's like half of it gone.
Yeah, but still, good thing to invest it in. Mike.
That's where he gets his common sense from. I have got my eye, I believe it, on a 1960s jukebox that I'd like to buy.
Can I just say that's why it's better being a grandfather than a grandson sometimes, because grandson has to spend his money going to university and grandfather can get a jukebox.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's all right. Yeah. OK, well, very, very best of luck. Let us see. Your first answer was North Star. In this case, we're looking for the brightest stars in the night sky. Let us see how many of our 100 people said the North Star. Is it pointless? It's right. £10,500 will be yours if this goes all the way down to 0. The North Star now takes us down through the 40s, into the 30s to 31. OK, it's a good score, but it's not pointless. So let's move on to your next answer, Halley's Comet. In this case, we were looking for comets, brightest comets since 1900. You've gone for Halley's. £10,500 could be riding on this. If it's pointless, that will be yours. How many people said Halley's Comet? It's right, 31 was what you scored with the North Star, 68 for Halley's Comet. OK, but we now move into an area which is a little bit more obscure. You've gone for Juno. In this case, we are looking for natural satellites in the solar system, the brightest natural satellites. You've said Juno. Let's find out for £10,500 if it is pointless. How many people said Juno? Oh no, bad luck. Bad luck. Well, it was a tough category, that one. You gave it a good stab, but I'm sorry to say you didn't find the all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but you do win today's pointless trophy, so very well done for that. You played incredibly well across the show, Mike and Jack.
Yeah, very well played. Listen, there's all sorts of pointless answers, but I haven't heard of any of them, so but if you have at home, then you've done very, very well. We'll start, shall we, with those comets. Bennett, Eclipse Comet, Great Comet of 1910, and Hyakutake. The only ones that scored points were Halley's Comet, Hale-Bopp, Akiyosaki, Holmes, Kohoutek, McNaught, and West. Those are the only ones that scored points. Any other answers, if you got, they would have been pointless. Well done if you did. Moving on now to the brightest stars. All also lovely names for children, if you're currently expecting.
Oh, yes.
Acrux, Altair, Hadar, Speaker. The biggest, in fact, Polaris was the biggest scorer there, the North Star. Sirius also a big scorer. Rigel, Centaurus, Betelgeuse as well. There you go. Those were big scorers. And now the brightest natural satellites. Lots of Shakespearean names here as well as names from mythology. Ariel, Charon, Prometheus, Triton. You could have had Atlas, Hyperion, Janus, Miranda, Pan, Puck, Telesto, Portia, Phoebe, Pandora. All of those are pointless answers. Very well done if you said any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And thank you, Mike and Jack. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £11,500. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.